Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Wednesday, October 24th, 2018 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I remember my sovereign power. And today we have this powerful full moon. This full moon is very activated. And as I was really feeling through these energies, it took me back to the eclipses, specifically the eclipse June, no, the third J month, July, July 27th. We mentioned that because of these energies, I am operating on very little sleep. So let's see how this goes. July 27th, because that was aligned with the nodes, which we have this full moon energy aligned with the nodes, and it was aligned with Uranus. And so we are aligned once again with the nodes and Uranus. Uranus energy reminding us of change. If things are happening right now that are calling you to let go or calling you to shift, evolve, calling you into change, this is not the time to hold on. Listen to this Uranus energy and work with it because it will take you higher. It will liberate you. Uranus energy is about liberation. The nodes in process with this, squaring this energy. It is a fixed square, so do not get stuck. If you get stuck, you will be dragged. It will be uncomfortable. This is not a call to be stuck. This is a call to rise up, revolutionize your personal self, be working with the changes that are coming. And the North Node. We are finishing up North Node in Leo, and North Node in Leo is reminding us of the heart. So there is powerful energy with this full moon. But like I said, think back to where you were in January, that J month again, July 27th, late July, what was going on for you around that time of the eclipse? Because this may be pushing that lesson to the next level. Now, the other thing that keeps coming up with this full moon energy, I've had this image the last couple days, and I've been talking to a few people about it. The image that I keep getting is of basically a building with scaffolding around it. And that's basically us. We are the building. Us as an individual, your sovereign self is this building. And, you know, you by yourself is powerful. But the scaffolding, like, ultimately, scaffolding is like the complements, the worth stuff that we build from outside of ourselves, the relationships that come from outside of ourselves. Scaffolding, while it may hold up a building temporarily, it is never that permanent fix. What we need to realize is that we are the building and we are in charge of our foundation and we are in charge of our sovereign power, our sovereign strength. And this full moon energy is calling us into that. It is also calling us to be in that crystal clear state, conscious state, this Sabian symbol energy, the Sabian symbol, the clear mountain stream, to be connected to the clear source of power of source. And that, to me, the biggest power, the only thing I know is true, I say this in like almost every reading that I do with somebody with really strong Sagittarius in their chart, the only thing that I know for sure that is true is love energy. And love, to me, in its pure form, not love as in, I want this thing and I need it, not love as in, here's what I'm doing for you, what can you do for me? It's the love of being. That is the clear power stream that we can tap into. And we're being asked to tap into that stream to help move us through these changes and upheavals that are taking place. Now, with this energy, we may want to fall into Scorpio energy. I protect. Things are happening that I do not like. I'm going to lash out. We may want to fall into that. We may want to fall into the Aquarius pattern. Like, I can logic my way through this. I'm going to figure out my way through this. There's a will, there's a way. That kind of energy. What we want to work with is that North Node, which is reminding us all right now of the power of love. And you are so special because you are connected to it at all times. And no one can ever take you from that sovereign power of connecting to divine source love energy. And that impacts your worth, and it impacts your productivity. It impacts how you show up on this planet. And that really is that Taurus energy. What are your talents? What is your gifts? What is your worth? How are you showing up on this planet? Are you bringing forth what you're here to bring forth? But in order to really do so, we need to connect into that energy, and we really should be. Sorry, I'm shooting you, but we really should be in our own personal sovereign power without the scaffolding on the outside. And I know that's hard, you know? And there's no shame for anybody who has scaffolding. I am diligently working on taking down my scaffolding because the universe has brought a lot of change in order to do that this year. But just be very aware of that in this full moon. Not to mention, these electrical powers and the power of change right now is very off the hook. Pay attention to things that are pulling you, that are drawing you. They have important information for you in and through this. Joe is receiving major insights, and I asked him about this moon. I was like, what do you feel like for this moon? And he's like, pay attention to these things that are coming up for you, these insights that are coming up for you. My feeling is this is part of these powerful shifts. This is part of the powerful change that is going on right now. The other thing that's happening in and through this full moon is a lot of Venus energy is actually being activated. So Venus is connecting with Saturn. Venus is actually on my Venus. Hooray! Venus is connecting with Saturn. Venus is connecting with the moon. And so this Venus energy, retrograde in Scorpio, is reminding us of the worth stuff and to be in our own sovereign power when it comes to our worth. Be in a state of sovereignty, not looking for outside affirmation, praise, any of those things to remind you of your importance on this planet. And you may have, especially with that Saturn connection, especially with the almost full moon energy, especially with this building into this Uranus opposition that we're working with Venus right now, you may feel like, oh my God, I need these things. I need these things. I don't feel steady. I don't feel stable. Oh my God, what's happening in my life? Okay, if somebody tells me I'm okay, I'm okay. While that outside affirmation is beautiful, work on your sovereign state of being okay where you're at and not needing something outside of you to tell you you are okay. And that's part of returning to your own personal power that is being worked on. And it is a return to love, because really this love energy, it does start with you. And I encourage you, encourage you with this full moon to almost do do a meditation that kind of looks like this, where you feel your heart energy here with you, connected to source energy, growing, encapsulating you in the light, in the power, in the sovereign power of your heart to help move you through whatever changes, electric energy, lessons that this full moon, very powerful full moon energy has for you. Also be very aware of people's flares, basically going on. People's flares, people's volcanoes. Uranus really triggers people. We do not like change. Humans are not always big fans of change. Even if they say they like change, it's controlled change usually that people like. It's not the, oop, this is going to change kind of thing. Hold the vision of your powerful sovereign self. Work with these changes that are coming through and work with people's triggers in and through this energy. A lot of people are going to be triggered by that deep sense of worth that is connected to the things outside of themselves right now. And you, as another human on this path, may be the brunt for that. Especially as that Venus energy is at 4 degrees, that revolution, evolution degree, people's worth is definitely being triggered. People's worth around their personal power is definitely being triggered. I am reminding you that you are powerful. So let's talk about these other things. I just realized I haven't mentioned the moon. The full moon hits at 9:45 a.m., 1 degree, and that 1 degree re-echoes that energy of connecting to the clear consciousness, love energy. But because saving symbols, people usually read the next degree ahead. The next degree for Taurus 2 is an electrical storm. So be aware that energy is in the systems. And think, what does electricity do for you? It lights you up. It brings you closer to your light. This is an important change. These are important things. Do not let it trigger you into fear and into reaction so much that it lets you be triggered into a deeper part of your heart and your personal sovereign power. All right, so besides that, like I said, Venus is definitely working very strongly. Venus is working with the moon and Saturn. So moon in Taurus, Saturn in Capricorn, and Venus in Scorpio energy, all working together. Worth, power, and the structure of the world. And so much of our worth and power has been tied up in, well, this is my influence in the world, you know, this is my job in the world, this is my social status in the world, and that is all scaffolding. So just realize that may come up for you today, and some of your scaffolding may fall over, and you're going to be okay because you have that sovereign power that is connected to the universe. Connect to the source. Light up your life in and through this energy. Full moons, definitely a time of harvest. Again, look back to July 27th. Got that J month right this time. July 27th. What was going on for you at that time? And tune into those shifts that happened, because this may be that next level shift. And the North Node in Leo right now, I can't emphasize how important that is. Connecting to love, connecting to your inner child, connecting to joy, letting that pull you through these energies, and not clinging to the past or clinging to what you think should be. Working with the new vision and letting it have its own time in building. I think that's one of the things I see a lot my clients right now, and this is part of this yin energy. Things are really taking their time. The yin is like, sure, you can manifest. Absolutely, you can manifest. But you have to give these seeds that you are manifesting the time to grow, to bloom. You can't push it along, and you have to be okay being in your power, being in your heart, being in the moment. And I, just as much as you, have been like, oh my gosh, in and through this year with that. But that's part of the process. Do not panic. Stay in your state of source and hold your vision, and then let it unfold. So I'm going to leave you with that. Besides that, you can book a reading with me. Email mimiclark@gmail.com for that. Come join me on Patreon, especially if you are Scorpio or Scorpio rising. The next 2 days, I'm going to be doing a pull for your next year ahead in the cycles. So you can join that. The link is down below the YouTube video. Besides that, you have the power. You are a sovereign being. The better it gets, the better it gets. And there is enough love in the world for you. Namaste.